Hello and welcome to another episode of Blackjack Movies. I am your host, Pat Oakey, taking you through the journey of the best damn movie podcast on the internet. I am here once again with the man, the myth, the legend, Danko U.
What up, Pat?
You're supposed to wait until I say hello, Danko U, but all right. We jumped the gun. I
don't got time to waste.
Let's go. Man. So we just got out of our screening of Annihilation, starring Natalie Portman and Tessa Thompson. And Jennifer Jason Leigh, right?
Yep, and Oscar Isaac.
And Oscar Isaac was in it, yeah. So, as always, we give you the good, we give you the bad, we'll give you the Blackjack Movies rating out of 10. Danko, you? What is good? What is good?
Well, it's hard to say what is good.
It's not that. I mean...
Okay, I really can't... The movie had me intrigued.
Right.
And it held me for a long time, but it just let me down at the end. If there was a good ending, I would have liked it. I like Natalie Portman. She's one of my favorite actresses.
Yes.
She was pretty good. Mm-hmm. The movie just fell flat, so I can't say what was really good about it because it disappointed. But, yeah.
All right. Dang,
how about you?
Man, you had nothing good. You would have said you liked the movie if you had something good at the end. So what did you like in the first act?
The end was terrible.
No, I know. But what did you like in the first act?
It was okay. So it's an intriguing. I don't know. It's much of a spoiler, but it's an intriguing story, right? You have. It starts off coming from like a very weird angle. You're confused about what exactly is going on, but you figure out that something. It starts basically from the end, right? Right. Well, and it starts telling you that basically something happened in a certain place. Basically kind of like a meteor strike, mm-hmm. and this life form is expanding and no one knows what's inside of this like perimeter that it's creating, right? So very interesting. I love sci-fi movies, so it's very cool. It's very interesting, and it's one of those like nerd sci-fi movies where it's not shoot 'em up kind of stupidity, but you think there's going to be something good. Mm-hmm. The problem with it is it fell flat at the end,
right?
But that's what I'm saying. It had me intrigued at the beginning, but
yeah, no, and that's the same good as for me. Like, I think as you watch the film, you're sitting there, not necessarily on the edge of your seat because it's not like a thriller, but it's a one that's going to grab your interest and try and take you on the ride of the film, and that's what it did. And it you're right. It just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. And then when you get to the end, it just, kind of fizzles because you're like, what the hell did I just watch? It's not like Mother. It's not like Mother where, what the hell did I just watch? I watched the worst movie of all time. But no, this movie, like, you're expecting something towards the end. And I guess
that'll explain it a little bit more.
With all the replica cells and everything. I mean, that's basically what we're talking about. But there's no like I kept thinking that, okay, where's the message that I'm, the underlining thing that I'm missing, and I don't know.
Yeah. And then in the end you're like, oh, they didn't die all at the end. They survived in the two characters at the end. The alien life form.
Right.
And you're like, okay, well, who cares anyways at this point?
Spoiler alert, by the way. But
don't see this movie, so there's no worries of a spoiler alert.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so what's bad then?
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Okay, let's come on to the bads. Yeah. I hate slow-paced movies. Like Drive, with Ryan Gosling. Right. Pretty good movie, right? Mm-hmm. But the slow-paced nature of it took a lot away from me, even though I enjoyed the movie at the end. Right. But when it's a slow-paced movie and it falls flat at the end,
yeah, it sucks.
There's if you're gonna fall flat at the end, at least make it snappy.
That's true. Don't drag out the end like 25 minutes.
Right. And it had like a weird score, like very ominous, which is okay. And then it also mixed in with some folk, weird score, and I don't know. It's just. I was disappointed. I really liked Ex Machina, and right. I like. See, that was like a cool science fiction kind of movie,
For sure.
And with a, slow, a lot of talking, not shoot 'em up kind of crap, and then a cool twist, and it gets you, Yeah. And I was hoping that this would have something like that, and it just didn't.
I think it tried at the end, and you're right, it just kind of fizzled for us.
Right.
And yeah, the bad, I think the chemistry between the characters didn't really fit.
Right.
You know, like all of a sudden there's a scene where they're like one of the characters had flipped out and she tied up all the rest of them.
Right.
And I'm like, all of a sudden this is where we're going? Like,
right.
I don't know how she got the necklace.
No warning.
Yeah,
you know?
and like, I don't know, man. It was just kind of strange. I mean, I could understand why she was flipping out, you know, but I didn't understand how she got Natalie Portman's necklace, put two and two together,
and then tied up everyone.
Tied everybody up. Yeah, when it was just Natalie Portman who she was really pissed at.
Right.
And then
and not even like have a conversation with anyone. She tied him up when she was going to kill him.
I mean, and then you have these cool animals, right? Like you have this alligator or crocodile at the beginning.
Bear.
You have this crazy bear, and you have these deer that replicate like right away, right? So you have these things that Natalie Portman's seeing, but we get no explanation to these things besides cells replicate.
Right.
I mean, that's basically
life is different.
That's basically what we got is like a reasoning for what's going on in the film.
Right. Is
that cells will continue to replicate each other no matter what.
Mm-hmm. And it's a mutation, and I also thought I like Natalie Portman, but I feel like the different characters in the story were kind of on a different wavelength. Like Jennifer Jason Leigh was just on her own like little power trip,
right.
And Oscar Isaac was, and it was kind of difficult with Oscar Isaac because he's supposed to be like kind of like a shell-shocked soldier, but then when they have like the past shots of like them being normal, it's still weird as hell, and you're like, what the hell kind of relationship is this?
That's the thing, though,
terrible.
Because then they show her cheating on him and him finding out, and like.
But even so, it's like
it's really strange, man.
There's no normal sounding conversation in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like she's so broken up about her husband being gone for a year and thinking that
that's how it starts off with.
Killed in action. That you thought that they had this completely loving marriage, and everything, or at least a marriage where it was somewhat functional, But it, even when they went back and they threw it back to that marriage, there's only one scene where he's like tickling her in bed.
Right. And it was awkward too.
That you showed any love though. Like everything, like the other one is like him staring at her while they're reading a book.
Right. Yep.
That's strange.
Lame. Yep.
Strange.
Yeah, that's what I was saying is, it's like there were certain scenes set up that were supposed to establish something in the movie, but they did a bad job of it.
Yeah, and the end just kind of fizzled for me too. Yep. I didn't dig it.
But I did like, the guy who plays Genghis Khan. I'm not sure what his name is. Who plays Genghis Khan on the Netflix show, and he was also in The Martian. He's like a heavy-set Asian guy. He was good as the interviewer. Mm-hmm. I like that part of it, when she's recalling the story, and that whole thing. I like that.
Okay. We're on the bads, though, just to remind you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of anything I can remember to send it kind of.
Danko Yu is,
I'm an amateur, not like.
Well, he's better at the Game of Thrones deal. We're trying to get him with the film now. He's on the film side of blackjack movies now as well, so he's going to be doing this a little more often. Yeah,
moving on up.
You're stepping up a little bit. You got to step your game up.
Are you saying I have to work on my game?
Maybe. All right, man. Let's give him the rating. Let's go to the rating. What do you give him?
5.
Wow, you're a hard grader, man. Your students must hate you. I don't know.
I mean, this class has been pretty awesome.
Yeah, you're lucky.
How about you, Pat?
Hey, my class is awesome too. So I'm gonna give him a 6.
A 6. Are you sure you're giving it a 6? I thought you were. I didn't see you actually watching at least a quarter to a half of the movie. It seems
it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn.
I think you're overrating it a little bit.
6, man. I don't know.
So is it a C? Hold on. Is it a C in the theaters? Definitely not.
No.
C on DVD?
Maybe.
A question. Maybe
Redbox.
see it on
Redbox.
TV if you're really bored, skipping through commercials.
No, so you want them to fall asleep? If you're really bored and you need to take a nap, watch this movie. I don't know, man.
So it's got a purpose.
All right, 5.5. So you give it 5, I'll give it 5.5. Don't go watch it in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Go see Red Sparrow.
Well, we'll see about that.
Hey, that review's coming soon. All right. As always, please like, comment, share this podcast with all your friends. And find us on Podomatic, on Spreaker, on Apple Podcasts, and on YouTube. The audio version is up on YouTube now. Pretty soon, you'll get the awesome part of watching us on YouTube.
Really?
Really? Yeah, really. News to Dayco.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, you are. It's Black Check Movies. We're out.